Morning everybody. We will start the poem The Last Bargain. This poem is written by Rabindranath Tagore. Rabindranath Tagore was born in Calcutta on 6th May 1861. He was a poet, dramatist, novelist, short story writer, a philosopher and a nation builder. He is the author of India's national anthem Jana Gana Mana. He died in Calcutta on 7th of August 1941. Now let us start the poem The Last Bargain. Bargain means an agreement between two or more people as to what each will do for the other. The poem The Last Bargain starts with the speaker walking on the stone paved road. So let us read the first stanza. Come and hire me, I cried, while in the morning I was walking on the stone paved road. Sword in hand, the king came in his chariot. He held my hand and said, I will hire you with my power. But his power counted for naught, and he went away in his chariot. So, a man was walking on a stone paved road. He was asking out to hire him. He was looking for a job. He wanted to be hired, but without losing his freedom. The first one who wanted to hire him was a king. The king, with a sword in hand, came in his chariot and held out his hand to the speaker, telling him that he wanted to hire him with his power. He offered the man his power in return of the man's labor. The man, however, felt that the king's power was not worth much, so he refused the king's offer. Now, second stanza. In the heat of the midday, the houses stood with shut doors. I wandered along the crooked lane. An old man came out with his bag of gold. He pondered and said, pondered means consider something carefully. I will hire you with my money. He weighed his coins one by one, but I turned away. Now in second stanza, during the midday, there was an old man with a bag of gold. The speaker wandered along a twisted lane. There were a number of houses with shut doors. The old man offered the speaker a lot of gold, which he carried in his bag, in return for his labor. But the speaker was not much impressed, and he rejected all his money. The speaker turns away the money because money will soon be spent, and money cannot buy everlasting happiness. So he refused the offer. Now, stanza 3. It was evening. The garden hedge was all flower. Hedge means fence. The fair maid came out and said, I will hire you with a smile. Her smile paled and melted into tears, and she went back alone into the dark. Now, in the evening, the garden fences were full of flowers. There was natural beauty all around. Then a fair maid means girl, came, and she tells the speaker that she would hire him with a smiling face. She gave a pretty smile, but her smile faded away and she melted into tears and returned into the dark, leaving the speaker alone. The man found that her smile and happiness was only sorrow in disguise, means in her smile sorrow was hidden, so he refused that offer also. Now, stanza 4. The sun glistened on the sand and the sea waves broke waywardly. A child sat playing with shells. He raised his head and seemed to know me and said, I hire you with nothing. From henceforward, that bargain struck in child's play made me a free man. This stanza means ultimately the man came to the seashore. While the sun was glowing on the sand and the sea waves lashed along the shores, the man saw a child playing with shells. The child raised his head and smiled as if he already knew the speaker. The child offered to take his services in return for nothing. The bargain of the child makes the speaker a free man. He didn't feel bound. This showed that the child didn't want any work from the speaker, but in turn he offered to give him happiness and cheer. Therefore, power, money, or beauty could not free the speaker, could not make him happy, but the power of the innocence of the child made him happy. Money, wealth, power or beauty cannot give you happiness. Only when one feels true pleasure at seeing something, then only he finds happiness. This poem conveys a strong message. No power, no money or beauty can make us happy. Every human on earth is trying to achieve these things. But for the speaker, these are worthless. These are not everlasting. Simplicity and innocence are the most supreme of all.